Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast Retro Life for You, movies of the 1980s. My name is Chris Adams, host of the show. Alongside me this week, with me as always, Travis Rollins,
You
aka
dirt eating piece of slime.
Luke Thystalker.
You like that one?
Alrighty then.
That's one of my originals.
Oh, I mean, when it comes to that, I'm more like a smack talker Skywalker.
Smack Talker Skywalker.
Yeah, that's more
I
like
like
me
Luke
right there.
Thigh Stalker. I'm about
Yeah.
the ladies.
Yeah, I bet the
Oh, I could
lady-
be looking for a KFC. You don't know. Why you being
You
dirty?
could. My bad. My bad. Wow. And that's the show this week, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for coming by.
Yeah. Won't there it is.
He ended the show. He began the show with a joke instead of ending it with a joke. This week, we decided we're going to have ourselves a little bit of fun. We've only
Yes.
done one other show like this, and
Yep.
we haven't done it since. But we had so much fun with it that we've always talked about going back and doing another. And this week, we
But it
decided-
was so legendary. The show that we did originally was legendary because somebody seriously thought. Shouts out to this person too.
Oh,
Though.
yes.
Not making
Yes.
fun. Shouts out to you. But
Yeah.
somebody seriously thought that I chose Terry Crews to recast as He-Man. That was glorious for me, though. It was
Yes.
like it made me happy though that they thought that I was serious. Because I was like,
I certainly appreciate the guy for listening. He sent me a message and email,
100%.
and I thought that is just awesome.
No doubt. Yeah, that was it. I'm not ragging on the person. I loved it.
Yeah, no, I remember I told you about it, and you laughed and said, "What? He really took me serious? Awesome! Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
That
because
was great.
we were laughing the whole time we were talking about when you were casted in to begin with. We did a recast not too long. Well, it was a little while back actually of Masters of the Universe. If they were to release it today, we picked people from today that we wanted to play the parts.
Yes.
This week, we are going to do the Three Amigos. We're going to recast the Three Amigos as if it was being released in the movie theaters today. And we're not doing but about 9 or 10 people, I want to say it's 10.
Yeah, we're not doing the whole movie.
Yeah, no, it's 10 people. We're going to do the Three Amigos themselves. We're going to do El Guapo, Jefe. We're going to do Carmen, which is the lady who went and got the Three Amigos to come to town to help.
Yeah.
We're going to do the guy they just simply referred to as the German, who was going to do the deal with El Guapo for the guns and stuff, I think it was. We got Morty and Flugelman from the beginning of the movie, who were the ones responsible for making and producing the Three Amigos or for their movies that they were famous for. And we're going to throw in, just for fun, the bartender of the place that the Three Amigos go to first when they first
Oh,
get
and the German.
to Santa Poco. No, I got the German. I got the German on here.
Oh, okay.
But what we threw in for fun, the bartender there at Santa Poco when they first got there, just to throw that out there, and also one of the extra ladies, Juanita. She's the one I believe that had the hots for Dusty Bottoms there.
Oh, Dusty Bottoms.
So just to go and put this out there now, this is just for fun. This is us saying that we were to release it today, what we might like to see for the characters. And I know that when
if I was remaking the movie, who I'd pick.
Right. And like I told Travis earlier, if he was to pick 3 women to play the Three Amigos, because, a lot of the times today people are changing, like, the Ghostbusters, how they did it. If this is your vision of the Three Amigos today, fine. If Terry Crews was really your vision of He-Man because of that funny picture he made of himself back in the day, then more power to you, Travis. But everything else he picked was serious, and he actually had a different He-Man as well, I believe.
Yes.
So
for He-Man, I forgot.
Man, it's been so long.
I picked Dolph Lundgren for King Randor.
You did, and that was a great pick.
I hope they do that with a new movie.
Yeah, it's been so long. I can't remember who either of us picked. I think I had one of the.
You had one of the Hemsworth. Yeah, Chris.
Yeah,
Hemsworth.
I had one of the Hemsworth brothers. Yeah, for sure.
It may have been Liam. It may have been. I don't know.
I
Oh
can't.
no, you did Liam as Prince Adam and Chris Hemsworth as He-Man.
Is that what I did, or vice
Yeah,
versa?
I remember distinctly. You picked Liam to play Prince Adam, but then that was if we were to do. Yeah, no, yeah, because Prince Adam wasn't in the Masters of the Universe movie.
It
We were
was
just doing a
well,
He-Man.
we were trying to be more realistic to the movie, to the
Yeah,
cartoon. So
yeah,
I guess I picked Liam to be Prince Adam, and then Chris Hemsworth, who would have been doing like Thor and stuff,
right.
to be He-Man. Okay.
Anyway, we're doing the Three
Anyway,
Amigos.
Three Amigos. Do we want to start with some of our bottom ranked ones and work our way up to the Three Amigos last?
I like that.
Okay. So let's just go for fun. We had the two women of the movie. Okay, let's go with the two women. We had
What we gonna
Carmen
do
and we
first?
had Juanita. Let's go ahead and go with Juanita first. She's the one that was the hots for Dusty Bottoms.
Okay. Who did you get for Juanita?
I was looking
Juanita.
around at different names earlier, and I came up with the thought that, I mean, she was not in the movie for too long, so it didn't really matter who I picked, right?
Yeah.
Um, that being the case, I went ahead and I took 1 second here. I got to find the picture to bring up. We have
Well,
we're
well,
we're putting
while
pictures
we're
up as well.
while
Oh,
we're
here she
doing
is.
that,
Here's
while
what.
we're doing that, give them the line that. So why we decided to include Juanita, because the line at the end of the movie was
Oh gosh, the
pretty good.
line was too much to pass up. It's
It was
one of those
nice and
memorable
cheesy.
ones. She is the hots for Dusty Bottoms with Chevy Chase's character, and she's trying to get close to him, and she was like, would you like to kiss me? And he's like, sure. She goes, on the veranda. He goes, I was thinking on the lips, something along those lines. Always cracked me up. But for her, just to have somebody to put on here, I picked Selena Gomez.
I like that. I like
So
that.
yeah, she's of age these days more as well, she's playing those kind of roles. Back in she was made more famous. Was it on Nickelodeon or was it Disney?
I believe it was. Oh, I don't know. Was it Wizards of Waverly
I think
that
so.
she
That
was
would be
on?
Disney.
Yeah, I don't remember her early career. I think it was Wizards of Waverly Place that she was on. So that would have been Disney.
I think it was Disney. I think Disney made her popular. That was back in the early 2000s.
Okay, okay.
So
So
anyway, I picked her to play the small role there of Juanita. We can just call it a cameo if you want to.
well,
What did you
I
take?
went with a more mature. I went with a pretty mature cast, but
Mhm.
that is still relevant today. So
Yeah.
I picked for Miss Juanita. I picked the incomparable Sofia Vergara.
And I thought about her earlier about putting her in the movie, and I didn't know how far we were going to go into casting. So I also thought of her being more of a mainstream kind of person. Not that Selena Gomez is not a mainstream kind of person, but she's
Yeah.
real popular these days. Now, you mentioned an older. How old is Sofia Vergara anyway?
Oh Lord, I am not sure. She was born in 1972
1972.
on July 10th. She makes her 8 years older than me, so she's 50. No, she's 52. I turned
What year?
40. I turned
What,
44 this year.
what year was she born again?
1972.
All right, so she's
July 10th.
51. She's a year older than I am.
Damn, Chris, we need some money. Money, evidently, because
Telling you,
she's.
it
I'm
does
telling
wonders
you
for
what.
you. Because
Holy
look,
cow!
I'm looking at Selena Gomez on here and seeing how old she is, and comparing this look to that. I don't know when that picture of Sofia Vergara was taken,
Oh,
but
but you can watch her on AGT right now. For those of y'all that don't realize who Sofia
right.
Vergara is, turn on just Google America's Got Talent on YouTube. You'll see her.
And before that, she was on that TV show with Ed O'Neill.
Yes, very funny, and she's hilarious. That's why I think the little bit role would be good for her. Just a little pop in. She can
Yeah.
do that. She
Now,
can pull that off.
Selena Gomez is 31 years old.
Oh heck yeah!
So I mean, if you think about it, I mean, in the actual movie Three Amigos, the characters weren't supposed to be that old, really. And
Right? No,
the women of Santa Poco definitely were not that old. They were kind
no.
of looking at them as their heroes. So, I mean, 31 versus 50, not that big of a stretch, I don't guess, as far as age goes and everything, as far as for the what we're looking at.
Yeah.
But Yeah, that's such a good pick though, Sofia Vergara. I
Yeah.
almost took her for Carmen.
Mm.
That was my original pick for Carmen, and I changed my mind on it.
All my picks are awesome, Chris, and
So
all of them are mature. We're all in the prime of our lives, and on top of all that, they're all still like socially relevant. Is that how you say it? Like they're still publicly in the eye. Like if these people put stuff out, you're gonna want to go see it.
see, the thing is though, that's what you really want your main stars to be
Mm-hmm.
relevant and known still, and some people that might not be as well known but can play that role well that you're going to help make a bigger name for.
I'm not dropping the
Now,
crumbs.
Selena Gomez is already known. Sofia Vergara is already known. Different things, obviously, different things.
Hey, you cast your movie, I'll cast mine. I'm not dropping any crumbs.
All right, let's move on to Carmen. You ready?
Yeah, Carmen. Okay, Carmen.
I chose this one actress for Carmen that I've seen her in one TV show played a reoccurring character for over a couple different seasons, and it was on NCIS.
Mm-hmm.
And she played one of the drug. She was a drug cartel lady.
Oh, okay.
So if you're a fan of the show, you might have remembered seeing this lady right here.
You know what? She looks kind of like Dom's little sister.
It's not her though.
She's
This is
very.
this is Jacqueline
She's
Oberdors.
she's a very handsome woman.
Very pretty, you might say. Um, yeah, I wanted her
What
for
did
it.
you
I was
say she was
thinking
in?
I saw her in NCIS.
Okay.
That's what I seen her in. And I will tell you real quick here what her character name was that she played in the show. She was, like I said, she was a drug lord. And the name of the
Oh, that
character,
ain't Queen of the South, is it?
I don't think she was in Queen of the South, but I don't know for sure though.
Oh.
Um, let's see. Well, I will look her up. And we'll see for sure there on her IMDb.
I think she
She's
would have done.
probably, she's in more things than we stop and think of. She was in 6 Days and 7 Nights, a movie with Harrison Ford and Anne Hesh
Okay.
quite a good while back. The NCIS thing though, wow, she played a character in NCIS Los Angeles as an LAPD police captain. Talk about crossing over in the same world, playing two different things altogether. That's
Okay.
crazy. She should have been the one person from the regular NCIS, and that should have been it. But she was Paloma Renosa.
Paloma. Una paloma blanca.
Paloma Renosa, that was the name.
She was
Anyway, I saw
Bird
her in
Renosa.
that, and that's the first person that stood out in my mind after Sofia Vergara.
She was
Okay, I'm
Bird.
lying. I'm completely lying. Okay, I shouldn't do this. My first choice was too mainstream, too obvious, and I took it out.
Really?
My first one was Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, it works for me.
It would have worked, but I didn't want to seem like I was picking just all
Dude,
popular people.
I have her new movie that she like supposedly wrote. It's like from her vision and stuff. And I haven't watched it yet, but it looks really cool. It's a musical too. You know, I'm a sucker for musicals.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch that one pretty soon. I can't remember the name of it. Sorry, guys and gals.
All good.
But,
So that's what I had for Carmen. Who did you take for Carmen?
My pick for Carmen is Elizabeth Banks. I went with somebody, like I said, we're sticking with my my niche here. And
Elizabeth Banks. So tell us about Elizabeth Banks.
Elizabeth Banks. So here we go. So now this is somebody who's been in a bunch of stuff, but like you said, maybe a little lesser known. So I'm tossing crumbs to the people who still trying to make some money. Elizabeth was she's been in tons and tons of stuff. The first thing that I would probably like remember her from would be Lucy from Catch Me If You Can back in 2002.
Oh yeah, that was a good movie.
Yeah, with DiCaprio, DiPricio, DiPrici. She was in the other thing you'll remember her from quickly is she was Beth in The 40-Year-Old Virgin with Steve Carell.
No.
Yes, that was her. Yep, that was her. That she was Beth. I was in love with her. She's so hilarious, and she's really pretty and just crazy funny too.
Hold on, I'm trying to remember the movie 40-year-old version. Now, I've seen it. Okay, but I'm
Okay,
trying to
she was
remember
the
the
one that he
character of Beth. Is she the one he falls for, who he gets rid of his toy collection for,
I
or is
can't
he the one
remember
is she the one he hits on by
the one
asking?
yes,
He's returning her stuff with questions like
right.
Real.
He didn't say anything to her.
Right. He
Yeah,
just said, "Do you think I should do this? Do you like
exactly.
doing that?"
Exactly.
Okay,
And now
that's a yes.
where everybody else is gonna remember her from, if they've seen it, is Zach and Miri Make a Porno. She was Miri.
She was. You're right.
Yeah.
That's
And then
completely
later
that's a good
on,
pick. I've completely forgotten about her. That's an excellent pick.
oh, she's awesome. She was in the Hunger Games, and she's really hilarious as Gail in Pitch Perfect movies. She was like the commentator for the
Uh-huh.
Pitch Perfect movies. And
Yeah.
if y'all haven't seen Pitch Perfect, go watch Pitch Perfect. You'll love it. I don't care what
Yeah,
kind of
those are
movies you do or don't like. Pitch Perfect is awesome.
they are fun.
They're fun movies. Fat Amy, or Fat Patricia. My real name's Fat Patricia.
Are you talking about Rebel?
Yeah, Rebel Wilson, dude.
That
Oh
was a
my
movie before Rebel. That was a movie where Rebel Wilson looked like she ate the current Rebel Wilson, but like now she's like completely different. You wouldn't know her if you've seen her.
You know what? I like Big Rebel.
She was funny,
I mean,
man.
she's
Great.
gorgeous either way, but you know what I mean? I'm a chubby
No, she
chase
was.
anyway,
You're
so-
right. I mean, I'm not trying to make fun of her or anything.
Oh,
But
yeah,
I mean,
no.
it's just that I ain't say nothing she ain't said already.
I feel like it took away from her comedy to lose the weight.
I don't know if it
She
did that
played
or
up
not,
on it.
but
She was so funny.
yeah.
All right, who's up next?
Let's go with the last one that's least important. Go with the bartender.
Juanita.
Wait, did
got
Juanito? And we did.
Armin.
And
I'm
we're going with
clicking
the
these off the
bartender.
list. Huh?
Yeah, we were going with the bartender now.
Bartender. Let's do it.
So you should take these names off the list. Let's get these names off my
That's
list.
what I'm doing. I'm crossing them out as we go.
All right. So the bartender. This was just a for fun thing, is all it was. This is not a serious pick. It could be anybody under the sun because the bartender was so unimportant. It didn't matter.
Very serious.
I mean, if I want to be funny, I would have taken Woody Harrelson since he was a bartender in Cheers and thrown him out there just to be funny.
Oh, dude.
Just to be
That would have
funny.
been a good one.
But as it is, I took another man who had been a bartender in a different movie from Dusk Till Dawn.
All right. Good old Danny.
We're gonna go with Mr. Danny Trejo himself. I figure, he's fitting the feel of Santa Poco, and he I mean, he's got experience bartending, obviously.
Yeah.
So I mean, I thought he'd fit the fun role just to be in a. Once
Sandwich.
again,
You
this
know
is
what's
one of
real
those
funny?
cameo picks for me. It's like a cameo.
You know what's real funny about that though?
What's that?
So in Dusk Till Dawn, where he played the bartender.
Yeah.
Well, they actually worked together first in Desperado, but
Uh-huh.
him and Selma Hayek doing 2 movies together, and the tattoo on his chest is supposed to be Selma Hayek.
Really?
Like, yeah. Oh, you've never heard that story?
No.
Oh, him and Selma both talk about it. They said on the set of Desperado, when they met, he ripped his shirt because this is a real criminal out of San Quentin. Like this is, and he was
Right.
one of the most feared inmates in there. And like when she comes walking up, it's funny to hear her tell it. She said he just ripped his shirt open. He's like, "That's you, baby." So
I can hear him, dude. All right, listen. I'm going to the Knoxville Fanboy Expo this year, right?
Mhm.
He's gonna be there. I am going to have to ask him about this.
This is the one I'm planning on trying to get up there and go with you on.
Yeah. Dude, we talked about this, and if he's gonna be there at that one, that would be a fun story to bring up.
Absolutely, be like, "Is that really Selma Hayek on the chest?" He's gonna be like, "Oh, 100%, brother."
To hear her say it, That's
hearing
cool.
her say it, I've seen her talk about it on a couple of interviews. It's absolutely hilarious.
Who did you take for your bartender?
For my bartender, I took this very, very seriously.
Uh-huh.
I think for this small role as the bartender, he'd turn it into something pretty big, and it wouldn't be a teeny tiny little role in the movie.
Hey, you better give him what he's worth, or he'll tell on you later.
I guarantee it. I took Mr. Cat Williams. What will you be drinking today, sir? Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I just think Cat could take just a teeny tiny one line role, and it would be, and like you said, it's a cameo. It's not a big thing,
Right.
but he'd
I'll
make it
take a
shine more.
sarsaparilla, sir. Give me a sarsaparilla.
Nobody comes in here and drinks a sarsaparilla.
do you remember when they go in and order from the bar? They tell them what they want. They're ordering these little silly drinks or whatever. I think he's like, we only have tequila. They're like, is that like a such and such, such and such? And
Tequila.
it doesn't matter. Just give us some,
We only have tequila. We only have tequila, sir. I can just see him doing it. And see him dressed up like a cowboy, man. You know what I mean? I think that would be just absolutely hilarious.
That would be some good stuff, right?
Are you watching a special? Everybody that may be listening, he's got a special coming out on, is it the 4th? It's next weekend on Saturday. Going to be the first live event on Netflix, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. Only thing I remember about him was him coming out and telling everybody. That's why I said you better give him what you owe him, or he'll tell on you in a heartbeat.
Oh, son, I watched the whole Shannon Sharp interview. It was magnificent. It was magnificent, sir.
Everybody's come out and retorted, sits in against him, and like tried to speak against him. Some of them were agreeing with him.
Yeah, they ain't got nothing to say.
All right, next we'll go with we'll do the movie guys, Morty and Flugelman.
Nice.
Flugelman was the guy, if you remember, played by Joe Mantegna in the original. And he's the one who wants to he's trying to find something, I guess, it's going to make them money, right? He's like the Vince McMahon, draw me money. That's what he wants. He wants money. He just wants to make more. He feels like they're kind of going off a little bit and they're not as successful anymore, I guess.
Yeah.
Him and Morty were the other guy. Morty was John Lovitz. They were talking amongst each other. Now there was a third guy originally. I forget his name. He was played by Phil Hartman. We didn't include the third guy because it was just minuscule. So we just went with these two here. But Flugelman, I'll go with first. Flugelman, and I'm thinking of somebody who, like Flugelman, was kind of young looking, could pull off the role of a movie exec or something, with the same type of attitude and everything. Similar appearance too, as far as that goes. I was kind of surprised. Kind of similar.
Okay.
And I went with Mr. Jimmy Fallon.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like it.
Yeah, look at it. Compare him to Flugelman in the movie. He don't have that little mustache. He put the mustache on him though. You can do that.
You know who else would have been good too? And I kind of wish this is. I'm not gonna go back and change my pick right now, but I kind of wish this is who I would have went with to begin with for Flugelman, because it would be along the same kind of thing. Bill Hader.
Bill Hader. Yes, I was thinking of him earlier. I really was. And I was.
If I was to pick Bill in this movie, though, I would probably, honestly, I'd put Bill as Dusty Bottoms.
I could see that. I can see that. But
Jimmy's a great one.
I thought Jimmy Fallon fit the role for that as far as mine went.
Did you see the interview with him and Nicole Kidman where Nicole he thought
was that not funny?
That was so hilarious. He didn't know there was a date.
he didn't know she liked him.
Yeah,
listen.
Would Nicole Kidman ever like me?
I know. Listen, I mean, if this was you and you're in this situation and Nicole Kidman's hot and everything, and she's coming to your apartment to talk with you about something, and she's there, and I mean,
that was so funny though, because he was just he didn't know until she told him.
The shocked look on his face said it all.
Yeah, I had a chance.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, I was like, hey, look, every ordinary guy's dream. All right, you get the Hollywood actress or the singer that you like, or whoever it might be, and you're put in the same room, and you're like, oh, they never want to be around me or nothing. I'm not even gonna attempt it. She's out of my league,
Yeah.
But you never know till you try, right?
Never know till you try, man. So for Flugelman, I went with outside of WWE, I went with Mr. Box Office Money in the Bank himself, one Ryan Reynolds.
Whoa. Really?
Yeah.
That is awesome.
You like that one?
You know what?
I can see his voice patterns and stuff, the way he would do it.
Yes. I can see that.
Yeah.
That's a great pick for that.
Thank you, sir.
Not
Yeah, I think he'd do good. The businessman. Have you watched what is it? Welcome to Wrexham or something? I forgot what it is. It's where him and what's his name bought the football team, the soccer team over in
I've not seen it,
Wrexham.
no.
Dude, it's great. I'm waiting for another season of it.
I have
I'm
not.
waiting for Deadpool too. I love how him and Hugh and everybody are fighting Disney tooth and nail to keep the movie good.
It's about time they put that out, though. That's
Yeah.
true.
Heck yeah. I'm glad you like that pick. Yeah, I think
Let me.
his I don't know, just the way he talks, man, would just be some beehole businessman. That'd be great.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite things that he's ever done was when him and Hugh were messing with each other so much. And then they like made commercials for each other.
Yeah. Little funny thing they had going back and forth over all those years, little jabs they take at each other.
Yeah. What was it? It was something about he did the gin, and then damn, like he made this real heartfelt thing for Hugh Jackman, but then Hugh Jackman like knocked his gin over or something on the table. He didn't think he was really going to be serious. That's one of the funniest things I ever saw.
They are funny together, though. All right, we'll go with Morty. Morty's the next one. Another kind of minority kind of guy on the show as far as not a major character, but we get a good feel for him, and the other one is the movie execs. And I thought the other one I would stick with, I would go the same route the other did, and I'm going to go with an SNL alum as well. Like they went with Lovitz.
Right.
And I'm going to go with Mr.
Oh, yeah.
Is it showing up here? It's not showing for me.
What? Oh, it's covering the entire screen. It just covered us completely up.
Oh, it didn't show for me at all. Darn it. Okay, let's see here.
Technical difficulties mid-show. Oh,
can't be having this.
Killing the flow.
There we go. Yes, it did cover the whole screen. Darn it. Jason Sudeikis.
Yes.
I thought he could play the other part really well.
Man, I can't remember the name of this movie to save my life. It was him and Jennifer Aniston, where they was in the daggum.
Yeah, the Andersons or something like that, or
yeah, they were in the Winnebago.
Yeah, it was Meet the something or other, like Meet the Andersons, Meet the something.
I like Jason Sudeikis. That's a good pick.
It was definitely funny in that.
Heck yeah. Based on the one thing that I remembered from the movie, and I can just hear it because I hear John Lovitz's voice when he's sitting back there and he's like, I can't do a John Lovitz imitation, but when he was like, "Hey, cowboy, come on over and sit on my lap," or something like that, I just think it'd be absolutely hilarious to see. If you could, we probably have to get some kind of special glasses, like 3D glasses or something. If you could spot him in the movie, John.
I'm trying to see your picture, but it's not really showing up very well.
Yeah, you can't really see him. So it might be like a phantom thing. Maybe he will cast him as a ghost.
John,
you'll hear the voice coming from the chair.
But
I can see big old dude. I mean, I already loved him. Like Peacemaker was flat amazing.
Yeah.
But bro, Ricky Stenicki, oh my God. He was killing me in the Britney Spears outfit when he come out the window. Dude. Yeah. And John can do anything, man.
He can do comedy pretty well. I didn't think he could do comedy well at all, but he is really showed people that he can do comedy really, really good.
You should watch the one with him and Jimmy Fallon. You know where Jimmy will do like you give him random, like he'll ask you a question, so you give him random words, and then they do like a skit off of it.
Yeah.
Look at the one with John Cena. Yeah.
I have to look it up. No. Like ad lib.
He's like, per diem.
It's like ad lib. Yes, I have seen that.
Yeah, he told him per diem. It's basically your gooch.
He's just put all kinds of stuff out there.
Heck
that's crazy. All right.
John.
All right, so we got all of our minor ones out of the way now, I guess you could say. Let's move on.
Natural progression to be the German, then, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I would say the German is next. So I put a little thought into this. I was thinking, who could I get to play the German? I was thinking of who played it before and how he did it. You know, he had two people with him, and we didn't cast them because it was short lived for them anyway. it was like, who could I pick that could be believable? And I don't even know if this person, um, I don't know if he has a German accent or not, if he can pull a German accent off even. But the name sounds like it could be German. I don't know.
If you pick Flula Borg, I'm going to lose it.
Who?
Flula Borg.
I picked Sven.
You picked Spin?
No, I didn't pick Sven. I chose to go this route.
Ooh.
Michael Fassbender.
Ooh. He could totally do it.
Yeah. So for those of you who aren't familiar, just hearing the name, he played
That's out of
Magneto.
left field, bro. I like that. That's a good one.
Yeah, he played Magneto in the X-Men, like the earlier when they were younger versions of them.
First Class.
X-Men First Class, right? So
Yeah.
he did that. That's the biggest thing I knew him from. He's in some
So
other
he
stuff
was
as well.
also when they finally did shoot it this oh man, it's one of the biggest video games of all time. With the Animus Dagum, not Prince of Persia. I don't know why my brain's going to that. It's the one where you travel through time and you're running up the walls and doing all the stuff. Oh my God. How can I not remember this?
I am
Somebody
not
remembers it. Throw it in the chat, guys. Everybody knows this. Assassin's Creed.
Oh, Assassin's Creed?
Yeah, he was in the Assassin's Creed movie. Along with a lot of other stuff. He's done a lot of stuff. Michael's got a good resume.
Look, I had him and one other guy in mind, and I debated between the two, and I finally settled on this one. Because of in today's day, both of them are kind of known today for different things they've done, but I think Fassbender's known a little bit more, so I went with him. For
Who
a
was
little
your
more.
other pick?
Skarsgård.
Okay, I can go with which one?
Is it Eric Skarsgård, the one that played in True Blood?
Yes, that's Eric.
Yeah, he was the other one I thought about.
Michael Fassbender also in 2015 played Macbeth.
Oh.
He was in all kinds of stuff. Prometheus, Jonah Hex. Jonah Hex.
Jonah Hex.
He was Lieutenant Archie in Inglourious Bastards. He was. Oh, that's right. He was Stelios in 300, dude. Yeah, I just realized that the other day when we watched 300. Yeah, the guy who goes fight in the rain, fight in the shade. Ha! You had to be there. The one that said, "Then we will fight in the shade."
Okay.
Or when they were actually in, all the arrows were coming down, and he was laughing. And he goes, "Fight in the shade." Ha! That was Michael Fassbender.
All right.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Well, who did you pick up for the German?
Oh, for the German, man, if you need a German, it don't matter if it's a horror movie, an action movie, a comedy movie, a love story. It don't matter. You got to go with Christoph Waltz, man.
Chris, I don't know him.
Oh, yes, you do. You just don't know you know him.
It might be the case.
Have you ever seen okay, so maybe the biggest one that most people have seen would be Django. Have you seen Django?
Never did.
Okay.
That's one with Will Smith and
no,
that's
Jamie Foxx.
Was it Jamie Foxx?
Yep.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx. You're right.
It was Jamie Foxx and Christoph Waltz.
Okay.
He was also in. Okay, have you seen Inglourious Bastards?
No.
Okay, he was in there. Let's see. I'm gonna find one that you've seen. The Legend of Tarzan.
Is that the one with Eric Skarsgård in it?
Yes.
Not that version. No, it's the one before that.
Legend my God, Christopher. He was the bad guy. He was the big bad in Legend of Tarzan. Horrible Bosses 2. No. The Three Musketeers that had I love her so much. I'd put her in any movie. Matter of fact, I picked her as my Chitara when we were talking about she was in all the multipass chicken good. All these names we throw out all the time, and I cannot remember her name. She was in all the she was Alice in all the Resident Evil movies. You don't know them either.
I watched Resident Evil. I'm thinking Alice. Alice isn't the one that was
she's the hot redhead.
The main one that fights the zombies all the time?
Yeah, she was in the second Blue Lagoon. Mila Jovovich.
Yeah.
So Mila Jovovich, some people say. He was in the remake of Green Hornet. Dude, this kid's been in something. Maybe you don't know him.
I've seen parts of Green Hornet. Most
Maybe
of
you
it.
don't know him.
I saw most of Green Hornet.
All right. Well, any English language movie that he's in, you need to go watch it.
Okay.
I can't believe you don't know this guy.
So sorry.
He's great.
So sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
Did you know Jacqueline Oberdorf? Did you know her?
He's Jacqueline Overdorf.
Exactly. You didn't even know her. How could you not get to me for not knowing him when you didn't know who she was?
How about Pete
That
Sampson?
that was my Carmen.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh no, I did not know her.
You didn't know my Carmen. See, so
You're
therefore,
right. You're right.
see, you can't talk too bad to me now.
I
Okay.
can't do it. You're right.
All right. All right.
Okay, where are we at? Okay, where are the Germans? Some people out there know Christoph Waltz.
Yes, I'm sure there's some people out there who are not in the cave like me for the current movies and have watched a lot of them. So that was the German. We're moving on now to Hefe. Hefe is the side. He's the number one guy for El Guapo. I chose. I had to think about this. I'm thinking El Guapo and Hefe. Hefe was kind of funny. Okay.
Okay.
And like I had the conversation with you earlier, El Guapo and Hefe had the conversation about his birthday coming up and how they got a lot of piñatas for him. And he goes, Hefe, would you say I have a plethora of piñatas? He's like, yes, El Guapo, you have a plethora of people. Would you, Hefe, do you know what a plethora is? This conversation build up and go through there. I want them to have that kind of comedic presence about him, but where he can still be, kind of ruthless if he needs to be or something.
Right.
And it's still a good relationship with who I'd picked out for a Guapo as well. So for Hefe, I took Mr. Michael Pena.
I'm down with that.
And the character I based it off of, I was thinking of, was his character from Ant-Man. The way he's talking and acting in Ant-Man.
So perfect.
Not quite Hefe, but close to it. He can incorporate that into his version of Hefe.
You know what movie Loki he stole?
A Shooter?
The live action Dora the Explorer. He was like beatboxing in the tailgate.
Okay. Oh my gosh. I was like, where else have I seen this guy from? And I got to look and I was like, man, I don't believe it. He was him.
Oh
it
my
was
God. You know what else
he
was hilarious in?
What?
You know what else? The remake of Chips.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
He was killing me in Chips, dude. I can't even say half the stuff he said on here, but it was hilarious.
Let me tell you. Hold on. He a lot more than what I remember him being in, I'm telling you.
Oh, he's been in a ton of stuff, yeah. He's hilarious. So what are we waiting on?
So
where are you finding out?
Ant-Man was the biggest thing. Ant-Man was the biggest thing I knew him from, right?
Oh, okay.
That's the biggest thing I knew him from. He's in Tom and Jerry. The little cartoon. There's your door, the Lost City of Gold you're talking about.
Dude, he was hilarious in that movie.
Of course, he reprised his role.
He plays their stepdad or dad or something.
Something. He reprised his role in Ant-Man and the Wasp, of course. I was thinking he was the guy from Shooter. I'm trying to find out if that was him or not.
He may have been.
Battle Los Angeles, Eastbound and Down, the TV series. My Name is Earl for an episode. Yeah, Shooter. He was the FBI guy, Nick Memphis. Thought that was him.
Cool.
So not really a humorous role either, more of a serious role.
Right.
So he can kind of do a little bit of everything.
Oh yeah, he's a good actor for sure.
So I liked him for Hefe though. That was my pick. Who was yours for Hefe?
Danny Trejo, and it's funny because I had my Danny Trejo. My Hefe is Danny Trejo. I had to put Danny in here.
We had to have him somewhere. He was almost Maya Guapo.
Well, he was Maya Guapo originally.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the middle of it, I was like, no, it would be even funnier if I swapped my El Guapo with my Hefe. So my El Guapo was my original Hefe. And
I can see him doing
was my original El Guapo.
I can see him doing Hefe though. Do you remember him being in the Flash TV series?
Mm-hmm.
He was
I
kind of
remember him.
comedic. He was a little comedic in that, right? I mean, I could kind of see him.
Oh, he's put comedy in quite a few roles. Like he can be funny. He can do funny for sure.
Yeah. All the best roles I've seen him in haven't been funny roles, but he can
No.
do them.
Oh, he could totally do them.
So, all right,
Because
we're good.
you know what? He can even play a sweetheart. You remember what he played sweetheart in? He was the uncle in Spy Kids.
I was gonna say Spy Kids. I couldn't think of which one it was. Though. Spy Kids 3.
I thought it was like 2 of them.
It might have been in 2 of them because his dad was Antonio. In Spy Kids 3, I think the father was Antonio Banderas, wasn't it?
Antonio Banderas.
And he played Antonio Banderas'
Dude, I need
father.
another Pirates of the Caribbean with him as the pirate so bad. Did you ever watch Doctor Doolittle with RDJ in it?
Dr. Doolittle with
Robert Downey Jr. playing Doctor Doolittle.
what was that?
Oh, it's only been a couple years ago. We were in this house when we watched it.
No, I don't remember it.
Oh, bro, you have to watch it because Antonio Banderas, as an old pirate, I need this in my life, dude. I need a whole movie with that man playing a pirate, dude. It is one of the most spectacular things. Usually, the new Doctor Doolittle with RDJ. I'm sorry, Eddie Murphy, but it's the best Doolittle.
I'll have to look that one up. Obviously, I mean, honestly, I don't even remember that coming out.
I'll show it to you after the podcast. It's awesome.
You know, I could completely see him as a pirate, though.
Oh,
You're talking
dude,
about
it's
Antonio
so good.
Banderas. I
It's
can see
like,
him up there being all brave with his crew up there, seeing all the enemies
bro,
coming
I'm
at him.
telling you, like
Like,
before all the stuff
bring me my red shirt.
before all the stuff with Amber Turd went down, I was like, you know what? I don't need another Pirates movie. And then when I saw Dr. Doolittle, I looked straight at Tasha and I was like, babe, I need another Pirates movie with Antonio in it.
Man.
For sure.
All right. Well,
So,
since
but yeah.
that was your original El Guapo,
Yeah, who was yours?
we'll go ahead and move on to El Guapo now.
Give me some El Guapo.
And I took and I thought about this. Like I said, he was my original El Guapo as well. Danny Trejo was. It was only fitting, older guy. He could be a boss type guy, as well. I thought who else would be kind of convincing who could pull it off, but also pull off the comedy too. So I went with Antonio Banderas.
I like it. I like it.
That particular look right there too in the picture. The people listening to the audio podcast obviously can't see this, but he's got some salt and pepper beard going on. His black hair's slicked back and everything. He looks like he could definitely pull off an El Guapo for us. A little more updated El Guapo, of course, but I mean,
for sure.
I thought that sounded good.
I like
and to see him and Michael Pena going back and forth through some of the scenes, I could kind of picture that in my
would
mind.
be hilarious. Sure. One of my favorite movies ever, someone you mentioned earlier, Woody Harrelson and him play it to the bone.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my favorite movies I've ever watched. It is him and Woody Harrelson going at each other is so hilarious, dude.
Woody Harrelson's funny on his own, though. He's great.
Yeah, for sure.
So, who would you pick for your big bad?
My big bad, my El Guapo is Miss Jane Lynch.
Oh, I knew somewhere down the line we had to have something where we had a Terry Crews type situation here. Okay. No one.
This is seriously my pick.
No one said no. No, I know. No one said El Guapo had to be a guy, though, did they?
No.
Now, I can't remember from the movie. Did El Guapo translate to anything?
Translate to anything?
Yeah, like did it translate to something like the boss, the head guy or something? Did it translate to something from
I cannot remember. Let's see.
We're about to find out.
That's what I was about to say. We're about to find out. It means handsome, attractive, cool, brave, or elegant.
Well, that could all apply to her. Why not?
Dude, Jane is hilarious. For those of y'all that don't know Jane, I really think she's done a lot of stuff, especially beforehand. But I think that she really caught fame in Glee. She was the coach or whatever in Glee.
Uh-huh.
And that's where she really blew up. But she's got bit roles in like so many movies, and it doesn't even take her but a second, like just a piece of a minute on screen, and she's got you rolling. She did Will and Grace. Good Lord, Ralph Breaks the Internet. I don't know if I've seen that, but she's done a lot of voiceover work. But she's got like little bit roles. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like little
Yeah.
side parts and stuff.
Right.
God Almighty, she's so funny.
Do you know I just seen this when I typed in El Guapo to see if there was something for that. There is a Mexican restaurant in Cantonsville, Maryland called El Guapo.
Really?
I want to call them tomorrow and ask them if I come up there with a party of 30 people, can they seat us? And if they say yes, I'm gonna say, well, we love tacos. Do you have a plethora of
Do you
tacos?
have a plethora of tacos? You have to record it if you do it.
Do you have a do you know what a plethora is by chance? Because I would hate to think if I asked you for a plethora of tacos and I get up there and you only have 10 tacos and there's 30 of us, that you did not know what a plethora was to begin with.
She was also in, I don't know how many people saw it, Steve Carell. It was a short-lived little TV show, but it was absolutely hilarious. But Space Force, she played Admiral Mayweather in it too.
It rings a bell to me right there. It definitely does.
Yeah, she's in all kind of stuff.
Who was in it?
Huh?
Who was in it, you said?
The main star was Steve Carell. Like he
Steve?
got given, he was like the admiral, or he was like over the Space Force.
Yeah.
And she was his boss, I believe.
Okay. All right. Cool.
It's been a while since I watched it.
Cool. All right. Well, that's El Guapo. Now we're down to the main three people.
The main three.
The main three. Wherever there's trouble, you will find them.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't have the rest of it in front of me to quote it, but if you know it, you know it.
There you go.
So let's go with Ned Nederlander first.
Yeah.
My Ned Nederlander, of course, I was trying to think of three people I could put together that I thought could play well together. Because you got Steve Martin, Chevy Chase, and Martin Short. Martin Short probably being the one that kind of stands out from the other two in a way, a little bit. The three, but they all fit together well comedic wise. Whenever you when you listen to them go, especially if you ever heard them talk about the movie when they're doing TV talk shows and stuff, they were still so funny just in those talk shows, playing off each other and everything. So
yeah,
for Ned Nederlander, I thought for a second, and I took this one person that that you just kind of mentioned yourself.
Nice.
Steve Carell.
What? He was my pick. Initially he was, and then I thought about my lineup and I was like, I gotta throw somebody a little different in there unexpectedly.
Steve Carell, and I just changed it to him today. Earlier before that, my pick for this role was Sean William Scott.
Oh, Stifler,
dude.
Yes,
I wanted to do. I had Stifler. I stuck with it forever. And then somebody brought up earlier to me today about Steve Carell and something. And I thought, Steve Carell along with these other guys I've got.
Virgin.
Yeah,
I brought him up a few times this time.
No, but I mean, before me and you talked about it though earlier today, someone brought up Steve Carell to me in another movie, and I got to thinking, Steve Carell, these other two I got picked in here, yeah, he could fit in well with them. Sean William Scott with the other two I got kind of stood out a little bit more than I cared for. Like he didn't really fit with the other two. I should have picked two other people to fit with him if I really wanted to go with him. But I chose Steve Carell because I think Steve Carell could pull off Ned Nederlander.
So absolutely,
that worked for me. Who did you pick for that amigo?
So I didn't go with cohesiveness. I started off that way, and then I was like, you know what? These three guys that I'm picking, I just truly believe with all my heart they could pull it off. I don't think they've ever worked together. I don't think. I'm pretty positive they've never worked together, but I'm going for it. So for my first one with Ned Nederlander, I'm going with Rami Malek.
Oh, who is that?
Rami Malek. He's had a TV show called Mr. Robot. He
Yes,
played,
that's who he. I knew I'd seen him somewhere before.
yeah, he played Freddie Mercury in Bohemian Rhapsody. I hope to God they do a Raul Julia in a Raul Julia movie or something, or another Dagum Adams Family, and he plays uh,
A young Gomez.
Raul Julia's Dagum part, because like he looks like he could be Raul Julia's kid. But I've seen him be funny before too. He was also in Battleship and Pacific. He was
Okay,
what
where was he at in Battleship?
Ankman Ra and Not at the Museum.
Where was he at in
Ankman Ra.
Battleship?
He was the watch officer when they first came on to he was on one of the new battleships.
Okay.
Not one of the ones that he probably got blew up.
A lot of people didn't like that movie. I loved it.
He wasn't in there with Rihanna. I love it too. My kids love it. He was Finn in the Need for Speed movie. Oh, yeah, the Mr. Robot thing, that's pretty big. That's
Mr. Robot's where I know him from. When I saw that picture, I was like, I know that guy. Where is he? Where do I know him from?
And so when you watch Doolittle, so the Dr. Doolittle movie is just called Doolittle.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say about he's the voice of Chi Chi. So remember that when you watch Dr. Doolittle.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. And he was David Hill in Oppenheimer, the new Oppenheimer movie.
Yeah, see, I didn't watch that.
It's long, but it's good.
I'm just not. Those kind of films don't really appeal to me usually.
Right.
I mean, I'm more the. You know me. I like action adventure. I like the fantasy movies. I like the sci-fi films. I like a good comedy. I'm not as much of a horror guy like I used to be when it was the slashers in the 80s, but yeah, I mean, I just those kind of movies for some reason don't appeal to me.
Well, so I think Raimi's going to stick out like a sore thumb, and he's going to be the oddball with my casting, with my group, because he is so much younger. He'd be kind of in the same shoes of Martin Short, being so much smaller than everybody else because he's a little fella.
What's his first name again?
Raimi, Rami.
On last name?
Malik.
Raimi Malik. Okay.
Raimi Malik.
Okay. All right. Well, there we go. Ned Needlelander knocked out and done.
Dusty Bottoms.
Dusty Bottoms.
You got for Dusty Bottoms.
Dusty Bottoms. I mean, I'm thinking someone that could pull off some Chevy Chase type stuff, maybe a little physical comedy, a little bit, and got that kind of a dry sense of humor in some forms too.
Dan. You didn't go Will Ferrell, did you?
I did not go Will Ferrell.
Okay, good.
No, I thought about somebody who has worked alongside of Michael Pena before, actually.
Oh, you go my guy with the big teeth that's married to what's her name? Oh, okay.
Went with Mr. Paul Rudd.
Okay, I did not see that coming.
That. You know, Paul Rudd, formerly of quite a few things. He was what in
Paul Rudd
movie with Alicia Silverstone in it. What was that movie? He played her
all kind of stuff.
Played her brother or stepbrother or something in it.
Oh my God, that was so funny. Yeah, he was like a bum. Oh man, I cannot remember that movie to save my life, but I know
Clueless.
Exactly. What?
He was in Clueless, wasn't he?
Was he? I was thinking of this movie where he may have been. Oh, he was young then.
Yeah, younger days.
Yeah.
He played in Friends. He ended up marrying Phoebe in Friends.
Yeah, I was thinking he was in Wanderlust too, which is absolutely hilarious with a Friends castmate, Miss Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
But the movie I'm thinking of, he was like a bum brother, and he came like living on his parents' couch or something. Hilarious movie.
Yeah.
And then what was it? I Love You, Man. I Slap at the Bass.
Plus, was he? Oh God, was he in the movie where they were playing like Big Brothers?
Yes, it was him and Stifler.
Yeah, him and Sean William Scott. They were there too. Yeah,
and it was one of the funniest movies ever. Miss Daisy. It was McLovin. His little brother was McLovin.
Yeah.
What was that called? Oh man, Public Service. Maybe it was something like that.
I can't remember. So he's been in a lot of good ones though over the years.
Oh, he's been in a ton of funny movies.
We could look him up and start talking about him, but we're out of time soon.
Right?
Who did you pick for Dusty Bottoms?
And him and a lot of other people were from
From what?
Parks and Recreation fame.
Parks and Rec. Okay.
Yeah,
That's another one of those things. Either you like it or you don't. Parks and Rec.
100%. Yeah, for sure. Role Models was the name of that movie.
Role Models. There you go. That was it.
So, a serious pick for our fan friend for Dusty Bottoms. I picked Terry Crews, man, and that's my serious pick. He can do it, bro. Don't be sleeping on Terry, man.
He's cheeseburger.
Tell me he couldn't do it. You tell
That's
me.
cheeseburger right there. He can pull it off.
He stick out like a sore thumb too. Like I got an odd group coming together, man. It's gonna be awesome.
Man, no, I can't wait to see who the one's supposed to be the leader of the Three Amigos after this. After this, that's gonna be something right there. We got you got,
dude. If you come up, if you think about it, we got Steve Martin, Chevy Chase, and Martin Short. I can't pick nobody sillier than that. So it's like, you know what I mean?
Right, but
it's all up in the air for this.
My mind frame was I was trying to find the three silliest people currently I could think of to play some roles. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd was my I think he was my Dusty Bottoms from the beginning. Although I did think about and consider other people. I was thinking of all people that were comedians throughout time. I brought up David Spade to myself. I thought about Dana Carvey. As far as those are a couple of some of it for Ned.
So I had to pull my number one pick. My immediate number one pick, as soon as I even thought about it, my first immediate number one pick, I had to pull him because he's no longer with us. That'd be the late great Bernie Mac.
Yeah.
Bernie Mac. I believe Bernie Mac would have been a Dusty Bottoms to end all Dusty Bottoms.
And I could see Terry Crews pulling that role off. My favorite scene of Dusty Bottoms, Chevy Chase in the movie.
Yeah.
If you remember, they're going to the desert and they've been up for a while, and you see one of them open her canteen and sand pours out in his mouth. He's got nothing in there, and the other one's got like 2 drops that barely come out. And then you got Chevy Chase over there. He's pouring water like it's going out of style. It's flowing out of his mouth and all over the ground. He's gargling with it, spitting it out. And then he's pouring it over his head, and the other two are looking at him longingly, like they just want a small drink. It's a small drink, and then he just tosses it to the ground, and the rest of it pours out.
Right.
I can see him pulling that off.
And then look at him and say, "What?"
Yeah, that'd be great. Good Lord! All right, so that's your Dusty Bottoms, and it's time to get to the
leader of the pack.
Boom, boom.
The leader of the pack. There. You're going to like this because you've already used him once already.
Nice.
Ryan Reynolds. I took Ryan Reynolds because he's got that little snarky kind of attitude, I mean,
a
little quick wit and everything. And Steve Martin was always quick witted to me and funny on the spot.
Right.
And improvisation, just throwing stuff out there on the spot, like it wasn't supposed to be a part of it, but it was so good they kept it.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking of with somebody, and he reminded me of that very same thing Ryan Reynolds did. And he said so many great funny things in the past. The movie Just Friends, I laughed so hard at.
The first thing I can remember seeing him in was Waiting, and that's still to this day. Waiting was one of the funniest movies.
Funny
he
movie.
Absolutely stole Blade Trinity.
Mm-hmm. Yes. That was the subtle humor.
Dude, when he was like, "What are you gonna do when I'm vampires dead, Blade? I don't really see you teaching karate at the local Y." The way he did his eyes.
Yeah. Look, think of him playing that character, and then think of him doing his version of Deadpool in the Wolverine Origins movie. And then
you can see like that was Wade. Like that was totally Wade.
Right, but that's the character. That's Deadpool.
Yeah. Dressed, like the way he was dressed in the Blade movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And let's give Wesley his props, man. Let's give Wesley his props right here and now. You can thank Wesley Snipes for bringing the goddamn comic book movies, all of us 80s babies was like, you know what, comic books and video games is gonna make the best movies. And while Michael Jai White did phenomenal in Spawn, Blade was it, dude. I've never been to the movie so many times to see the same movie. Like I went and saw the first Blade movie like 14 times at the movie theater.
Now, if you bring this conversation up to certain people, to a certain group of people, they're going to look at you and tell you you're crazy. Howard the Duck was out first. But let's be honest. What really made us want to go watch a movie? Did you really want to go watch Howard the Duck more than once, or did you want to watch Blade killing vampires?
I never even saw it. I saw it on VHS anyway. But
I saw it VHS.
Dude, the only movie that comes close would have been the first Matrix. That's the only thing that even comes close. And I only went to see the first Matrix like 3 or 4 times, and that's because some friends were going, and I was like, yeah, I'll go to. Blade, oh my God. Like I went and watched it I watched it one time, I watched it 3 times in a weekend.
Now, as far as Spawn goes and Blade, which came out first?
I think oh, that's a good one. I think
we had this conversation because we covered Blade along a while back.
I
just can't remember.
Blade came out. I want to say Blade came out and then Spawn. Well, I don't recall.
Right, Blade and then
Spawn. It may have been Spawn first.
Well, either way it goes, Blade is the movie that really made it for us, like you said.
Yeah, because Spawn, like you were a fan of Spawn if you went to see Spawn. Like Blade, anybody go see Blade and be like, that was crazy.
I think your average person probably knew who Spawn was more than they knew who Blade was when he came out.
Yes, as far as pop culture is concerned, for sure.
Yeah.
You would. So you knew Spawn. You knew you were going to go see a comic book movie that was an HBO cartoon, but Blade, you're like, wow, this is a Wesley Snipes movie. This looks cool. You wouldn't. A lot of people probably didn't even. A lot like the Marvels, the MCU has done. It introduced a character to a lot of people that didn't know about the comics, and it brought them to the comics.
Right. When I was growing up,
powerful.
When I was growing up, I was all about DC because of the Super Friends.
Yeah.
So you had the Super Friends, Challenge of the Super Friends, your Flash, your Green Lantern, your Samurai, your Black Vulcan, Apache Chief, all the extras they brought in, the Atom, El Dorado, then your traditional people, Superman, Batman, Robin, Wonder Woman, Aquaman. That was my thing. And then I'm starting getting more into like Spider-Man and Hulk and stuff, not really realizing at the time this is DC and Marvel, 2 separate things. There's no competition for me. It's who I like better.
Yeah.
But as I got older and these movies started coming out, I was like, man, this Captain America movie. I liked Captain America anyway.
Yeah.
When I was younger, but
the MCU, I feel like the MCU just kind of killed DC anyway. And as far as the movie was concerned,
they did. And Iron Man and Thor, I never had a care for growing up.
Well, see, I thought the best DC movies were the ones that everybody else thought were trash. I thought Wonder Woman was great. I thought Wonder Woman 1987 was great, or whatever it was.
1984.
1984. The Wonder Woman movies were top tier out of what they really all the movies that they did.
Wonder Woman and Aquaman carried the DC thing
for sure
because they wore out Batman and Superman over all the years.
Yeah, I was sick of Batman.
So when you brought out Shazam, you had something different.
Yeah.
You brought out Black Adam, you had something different. And unfortunately, you've already trashed Black Adam. You ain't bringing that back now. Right. But you also brought out Justice League with Black Adam. Brought some attention to that. That was cool.
You know what? Henry Cavill's Superman was doing a lot for the business too, because you can pretty much say DC's dead, man. As far as
they just brought James Gunn in to pretty much to redo everything.
Yeah.
Snyder's
cut's way better.
But you ask me, James Gunn's just going to come in. He's just going to do things that's popular. That I hate using the term. It's not the correct term, really. I don't know what else to say. So you can correct me with a better term if there's a better one for it. But what people refer to as the woke crowd, they want the more modernized something where kind of like when they started doing like girl power thing or something, or where they did the Fantastic Four and they had Michael B. Jordan playing Torch. It wasn't traditional stuff. It was all something like new like that. I think we might have lost Travis. Yep, we've lost Travis. We will put a pause on this and see if we can get him back here. All right, nope, Travis is back with us now. We had a minor issue there.
Yeah, that was crazy.
His computer decided to take a dump on him all of a sudden.
It just went, and then nothing happened. So I guess we better get on.
We'll
We'll
get you
forget
some new
about how
equipment,
sorry
man.
James Gunn is, and we'll get on to my final pick since we're already.
I think it's what we should do. Let's just go ahead and just forget about the whole James Gunn DC thing. It's a story for another time.
Yeah.
Who did you take for your lucky day? Mine was Ryan Reynolds. Who was yours?
The only person I could, man. One Mr. Adam Sandler.
Oh,
he's the only one.
There was never another thought of who could play.
Hey, Dusty, did you see that? Dusty, did you see that penguin over there?
Dusty. Never see the penguin.
Yeah, nah, dude. He's mellowed out in his older age, and he's made some phenomenal dramas.
Yeah.
But dude, he's still Adam Sandler.
He is Adam Sandler still. It's hard not to look at Adam Sandler and not think of the crazy Adam Sandler.
Right. Yeah.
It really is.
And what really is amazing about him too is, movies like Reign Over Me and Spanglish, and what was the one he just did where he was the basketball talent recruiter or whatever, was amazing. Like he's Adam's the man, dude, for real. And then when you got people like Dave Chappelle and Kat and all these other huge stars just loving on Adam, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That's the king.
All right, Adam Sandler.
And he can do it all too. Sarcasm, silly, funny.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. This has been a really fun episode. We're going to have to pick up some more movies and do some recasting here soon.
For sure.
Definitely, without a doubt. I'm not sure. We'll kick a few around, afterwards and see if we can.
Maybe they can check out the website
out.
and the socials, and then they can help us figure one out.
Well, they absolutely can, because anybody who listens to this show knows that they can find us on Instagram and Facebook at Retro Life for You. The number 4 YOU. And of course, if you want to listen to us on a web browser while you're at work or something, or you just want to be different, www.retrolife, the number 4, the letter U.com, and you can listen to us straight through your web browser on the computer. Entire archive is on there. Big selection of things you can listen to we've done in the past. We're upwards of around close to 115, probably somewhere around there. I forget the exact number without going to look it up, but it's somewhere near between 110 and 115, I think, right now. Total episodes we got out there to listen to. And as far as that goes, we mentioned earlier the email address, retrolife4u@gmail.com. Send us an email in if you have any questions or some comments you want to make or suggestions for future shows you'd like us to do. And we'll see if we can get those in there if we haven't already done them. Maybe work out something where we might get somebody special guest host one day, or we may start doing I had an idea. It's not an original idea by any means, Travis, but bringing in some people maybe at the end of every show or something, just to talk about the episode we're doing, if they liked the movie and what they thought about it and everything.
I love that idea.
Like a little participation. If we can find enough people to want to participate to do it, then we might make that happen soon or something. That sounds kind of cool. That being said, anything you want to end the show out there with, Travis, that you got for us? Or
I'm having a tough time on this one. I don't really, I just feel like we're gonna have to use our brains.
Our brains? Yeah. What's that? Our brains? You're gonna make me think of something? You're gonna actually make me think of something?
Yeah, I was wanting you to hit the line from the movie, but we're just gonna have to use our brains, and then Ned and Dusty at the same time say, "Damn it!"
Completely missed that one. All right.
Yeah. So I said I didn't have enough.
See, this is one you should have just set up with me prior. This is one
I
of those
know.
where we're gonna be like, are we on the
I was
same
so
track?
excited.
Are we on the same page as this one? I mean, are we gonna be,
Yeah.
it's just like the plethora of stuff. Was there a plethora of jokes at the end of this show? No, there was not. There was supposed to be one, but we didn't get the one right or anything because I did
That's
not
true.
catch on.
Well, what about this one? What about this one? We can do this one. Let's, hey, Chris, you got any beer?
We only do tequila here.
What's that like? Does that taste like
We're,
beer?
we're getting worse as we go. Thanks for listening, everybody.
You dirt eating piece of slime.
What does he call him? What's he call him? Guapo?
They're gonna be like Juanita and Carmen on this one. Which one do you like? I like the one that's not so smart. Which one?
Which one is that one?